Alright guys, we are going to take a look today, zoom in here a little bit, at calculating the circumference of a circle using a different value of pi, in this case 22 over 7. So that's a fraction approximation of the value pi. So I'm going to flip my paper over here so I've got a little bit more room to work. I've got a diameter of 70, and I'm going to use 22 over 7 for pi, and I want to calculate the circumference. So circumference of all circles are either 2 pi r or pi times d, and in this case I've got 22 over 7 for pi. Okay, so this is what is a little bit different for this one. Normally we use 3.14. And then my diameter is going to be 70 or 70 over 1. Now when we multiply fractions, we normally do top times top, bottom times bottom. We do, however, have some cross-canceling that we can do here. Cross-reducing, sorry. 7 goes into 7 once, 7 goes into 70 10 times, and then we can do top times top, bottom times bottom, which in this case 22 times 10 is 220. 1 times 1 on the bottom is just 1, so our answer here is going to be 220. It's always kind of a good idea to double check using the calculator for this. So if we did, let's see if we can see this here, if we did 3.14, which is our approximation for pi, and multiplied it by 70, we get 219.8, which is really close to 220. Second problem that I want to look at on the front side here, numbers 10, 11, and 12. So the directions for those say, find the radius and the diameter when you are given a certain circumference. So this is a little bit different than we're used to, but we still use our formula. So let's do number 10 together here with the circumference of 68. So C equals pi d. That's our formula. And instead of giving a diameter here, we're actually given the circumference. So we substitute the 68 in for C. And now, if this were a normal equation, or an equation with an integer or rational number here, we would divide by that number to find d. So for instance, if we had something like 68 equals 4d, we would divide both sides by 4 to get our answer. Okay, now even though pi is an irrational number, it still follows those rules. So in order to find d here, we're just going to divide both sides by pi. Okay, so we do 68 divided by, again, we use 3.14 for my approximation, and I get 21.65. 66 for that one. For my estimate for the diameter. And then to find a radius, all we do is take that number and divide it by 2, and that's going to get us 10.83. Okay, so just kind of working backwards there for number 10. The rest of the stuff should be pretty straightforward, just practicing a little bit more of what we did in class. Make sure again, guys, that you don't use 2r for your area formula. Okay, it's pi times r times r. So it's r multiplied by itself and then multiplied by pi. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my YouTube channel. I'll be uploading all these videos to there and to TechSmith as well.